One International Scale Model. Welcome to another kit review. Today we've got a review of a bike. It's a Tamiya Ducati 1199 Panigale S. Probably saying Panigale wrong, knowing me, but that's how I say it, so that's what we'll be using for the review. It's a kit I've wanted for quite some time. It's been on my watch list on ScaleMates for quite a while now. Nothing particularly stopped me buying it, but I saw it the other day and a different version of it, which I'll flash a picture up of now. This is the Senna Special 20th Anniversary Edition. When I saw that, I thought I need to build that bike. I got all the aftermarket for it to make that particular bike, and I pulled the trigger and bought it. So we've got the kit, which I'm going to go through and review. This is becoming a build. I'm going to start it tonight, in fact. I've got all the aftermarket bits and bobs here for it too. So we'll go through those very quickly, not in depth because it's the kit we're reviewing. And I'll quickly show you those. So we've got the kit itself, as you can see. Typical Tamiya bike kit. Stunning box art. Shows the bike, side profiles with the fairing off. A real picture of the bike with its fairing off. A little bit of information. Box got a bit damaged. Sadly, the courier kicked the box around quite a bit. It was open when it came, in fact, which is a real shame, and the boxes got damaged. Thankfully nothing inside got damaged, which is a relief. So what we'll do, we'll go through the kit and then we'll go through the aftermarket, and then later on in about a week or so I'll do an at the bench update and you can see how we're getting on. So like I say, Tamiya's fantastic box art. I love Tamiya bikes. I've built loads of these in the past, a good half dozen, 7-8 of them. That's probably about 6 actually. It's probably about half a dozen, but I built quite a lot. They fall together. They're absolutely fantastic. I got about 4 or 5 in the stash now, so I've been looking for an excuse to build it, and this is perfect. So we'll get the review out of the way, and then we'll have a look at the aftermarket, and then we can crack on, start building it. So you open it up, typical, all the normal Tamiya bags of sprues, a bag with the tyres, the iconic red screwdriver, some screws, some vinyl tubing, vinyl bits and bobs in there, so we'll get to that in a little bit. So you got 1, 2, 3 main sprues and 1 clear one, and then the front fairing stapled to the inside of the box itself. Clear parts, instructions, a bit of information on the bike, and the decals. Now we probably won't use all of them or even any, I don't know yet. We shall have to wait and see. What we'll do is we'll deal with one bag at a time. I'm going to pop this here. We'll go for a quick have a look. It's not going to be a long review because there's nothing really to look at. Don't need a knife on these because it's got Tamiya's bloody staples. It's a staple bags, absolutely hate them, but part of the course with Tamiya. So what we got here, we've got main body fairings. The camera's whitening out a little bit because of the white. Main body fairings, a fuel tank moulded in half as always, exhausts, various other bits and bobs, and just absolutely pure Tamiya quality. We go to the close-up camera. I'll just slowly go around a few of the sprues so you can see. Like I say, the white is making the white balance go a bit weird on the cam, but it is there. They are flawless sprues. There's not a mark on them. There's no flash, nothing at all. So no problems there whatsoever. Typical Tamiya new quick quality. So again, you're gonna have no problems at all there. Molded in white, which is fine because this will be primed. Don't know actually, because it's grey. Well, it will be grey, this one. It's probably a different colour, but no problem with the white at all. And that's a fantastic sprue of parts. Very, very nice. So there's one. Next up we've got black sprue. So there's a white sprue, black sprue, grey sprue, and then a clear one as well. So I think that's par for the course with Tamiya bike kits, as far as I can remember. So on this one we have frame components, the wheels. Where else do we have? Mirrors, indicators, control, the grips, throttle, multitude of parts on there. And again, like the white parts, absolutely just crisply, superbly molded. If we go close up, Likes of those rims. Very, very nice. There are aftermarket resin rims for this, but don't think it's going to need it at all. And the framework, again, just crisp. Throttle, brake, clutch levers. Very, very nice. And again, it's just going to be a review full of very nices, because I know these kits are top notch. They're very, very well engineered. This thing's going to be a joy to build, and it's not going to give any major problems at all. Well, apart from the aftermarket I've added to, which you'll see in a minute. But again, absolutely beautifully moulded. Very, 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 very nice. I thought it was a bit of flash. It's a bit of, I don't know what it was actually. Something white. Even the very fine tyre valve caps there, moulded in. If you go to the side, you can see them. And there too, side on that one. It's an angled valve. Very, very nice. Not a bad word to say about that at all. Grey sprue, which is the engine, brake components, etc. And again, what can I say? The likes of the chain. Very crisp, very neat. You can get a photo etched chain for this. I've seen it and I thought, no, I'm not building that. Way too much. For the detail it would add, that chain's perfectly adequate. We've got brake discs, front and rear. The main engine housing, which is very nicely cast. It's not a real engine pull. Very nicely moulded, as you can see. And various other parts, I'm not even going to pretend to know what they are, because I appreciate bikes, I like them. I'm not a rider. Radiators, hoses, very, very nice. So we've got the front forks there. They're going to be replaced. I've got the Tamiya aftermarket ones. Still going to be used. Like I said, we've got various PE components as well. So some of this stuff's going to have detail added on it. So it should make it look a lot nicer. I hope so, because it's cost a fortune. I've spent well over 100 quid on this thing, including the kit itself. So I hope it's going to look well. I hope the extra detail set was worth the extra cost. Clear parts, as per Tamiya's, excellent. You look at that screen, absolutely beautiful. We do have a, no, it's not a seam, it's a reflection. Wow. Headlight covers, tail lights, indicators, very, very nice. Like I said, this kit review is just going to be full of very, very nices, because it's exactly what it is. Absolutely brilliant. Why Tamiya cannot do this with their armour kits? Their 32 scale aircraft, their 48 are good, their 32 scale are fantastic. Car kits, they're good. The older ones, you know, they're aging a bit, but they are very good still. New ones are brilliant. Most of them are curbside kits, it's a bit of a shame, no engine detail. But their armour kits, okay, they're easy to build. But the boring things like this, why can't they make them like these kits where they're just absolute a joy to build? Loads of detail, keeps you busy for, you know, days, rather than a 35th scale Tamiya armour kit you can build in a few hours. Right, bag of tricks. So in here we have 2 tyres, polycaps, bag of screws, 2 big polycaps, a staple, Tamiya's iconic screwdriver, a spring, some vinyl tubing, and like I say, 2 tyres. Now, I don't know much about tyres. They're semi. No, they're not semi, are they? They're just normal tyres, but nicely made. Bit of a seam through the middle, so that'll need a dressing. But again, very nice, real rubber. Rough them up with a bit of wet and dry, and they look great, so no problems there. We've got vinyl tube, and I do have replacement stuff of this in one of the aftermarket sets. So whether we're going to use this, I'm just going to get my white bounce back, here we go. Whether I'm going to use it, I don't know, we shall see. Sorry about the primer covered thumb. But it comes with the kit anyway. Screwdriver for screwing the screws in. Spring for the rear suspension. Bag of screws, various sizes. Polycaps, small. Polycaps, large. So not a massive amount to write home about in there, but important components which allow you to screw things together, which is another nice touch. So you can undo wheels, get wheels back off etc, etc. We'll quickly go through the decals. Hate this, not a sealed bag for a start. So they should be cartograph, I think. It's not labelled, it might be on the box, I'll have a look in a minute. But the decals look good. They're not overly thick, there's not a massive amount of carrier film on them. Oh, this camera keeps whiting out, I do not know. Go on. Must be the decals. Very, very nice decals there. Like I say, I'm not sure which we're going to use just yet, but we'll come to that when we do it, but those decals look great. I'm going to grab that kit box and have a look, see if there's cartograph on there. Anywhere at all. Don't think it does. I'm pretty sure all the new Tamiya bike kits come with cartograph decals. Maybe they're not. Okay, I'm pretty sure they all did, but never mind, everybody knows, leave a comment. But yeah, they're not going to give you any problems, I don't think. They are really good. Very, very nice, but whether we're going to use them I don't know. And then we've got two, that's quite a nice little touch, two chrome parts for the mirrors. That's a nice little touch to get with it. Not too bad at all. Instructions, and then we got, oh sorry, the front fairing, nearly forgot. I'm actually not going to take that out because it's quite an important piece. But again, just like the other white parts, very nicely done. Remove those tabs at the front. Away you go, paint it up, job done. So again, no problem there at all. We've got a supplementary slip which tells us all about the Ducati on the back. I'm not going to read it. If you want to read it, pause it and have a little read. There we go. So a nice little slip of information. Instructions, typical Tamiya instructions, all the usual legends and keys and what have you. Fairly straightforward instructions. They do need a cursory glance. I would go through and have a real good look at a 32 scale aircraft. You can be building it and without realising it there's another part to go on and you're screwed. So have a good look, and whilst you're building it, have a good look through. Double check everything before you glue it on, double check everything before you fit it, and especially before you commit to gluing. So that's that. So build up the engine, the exhausts, part of the frame, the radiator. Obviously you've got aftermarket cross-reference to make sure you're not missing anything out. And again, just Tamiya's beautifully clear, beautifully well illustrated and drawn instructions all the way through. Something Tamiya does very, very well. Where there's hoses needed, it gives you the individual length for each one, which is a very nice touch. So you can literally put it on there and that is the size required. Again, screws needed, it shows you the actual size, so you can put the screw up to it to make sure it's the right one. Colour callouts are good. If you need a metal primer, it'll tell you, so on and so forth. So nothing in there to pick up on. So we've got a stand, there must be a racing stand in there as well, I didn't see that, but it must be in there. All the way through to the handlebars, more hoses, etc, etc. Fairings, more framework, fuel tank. Anything that annoys me, a fuel tank's moulded in two, but I suppose it is quite a large part to slide mould in one. But that's probably the only bit of filling you're going to need to do on the entire kit. And again, right through to the end, fitting the glass, fitting the indicators, the mirrors, etc. And that's it. And then the rear part decaling, which again, I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing. So there's the kit. So, typical Tamiya kit, not going to give you any trouble whatsoever. I'm just going to put it out of the way quickly. Leave it out the bags because I'm going to start building it literally as soon as this camera switches off. So, aftermarket, what have I got? I'm going to grab it all. Bring it all over. Right, first off, we've got the Senna anniversary, it's 20th anniversary decals. So this is what you get. I'm not going to take them out because there's not much to see and we're not reviewing these. You'll see these as a build the kit, but it's a different colour bike. It's not red, it's a metallic silver grey with red wheels. Senna decal on the side, and a few other bits and bobs in there too. We go to close-up cam, they're the actual aftermarket decals you get, as you can see there. So there's a few different ones you don't get with the kit. So that's that. So there's the decals. We have the paint for it. Let's give it a bit of a shake up. There we go. It's a very, very nice metallic grey colour. Does need a real good shake. Quite hard to get to show on camera, but it's a very, very nice metallic silver. We've got the Tamiya front fork detail upset. So again, replaces the kit ones with the metal ones, with all the anodized parts you can see behind. I'm not going to open it up, like I say. I'm going to open these up when I need them. I'm not reviewing these, it's just the kit we're reviewing. So again, very, very nice, and a Top Studio aftermarket set. So quite a lot of PE in there, bits and bobs. Got replacement brake discs, rear suspension, hoses, etc, etc. So you'll see all this as we go through the build. Like I say, I hope to be back in probably a week with an upgrade. But what I will do, I will open this one. We'll have a quick look through, because I know Will was asking on Facebook, so if I can direct him to this, it'll save a few questions. So this set was about £27. They were about, God, what were they? About 18, and the decals were about, top of my head, about 8. I did have a receipt actually, I don't know where it's gone. There it is on the floor. In fact, I can have a look right now. So the decals were £7. The bike itself was £31. The fork set was £17, and the detail upset was £22, and the paint was £6. So I got some extra clear coat. I came to £105 altogether. So not the cheapest of projects, but it'll be fun. It'll be worth it. So inside there, replacement vinyl hose, replacement rear suspension and spring. Instructions. So quite good instructions actually, full either diagram or picture. So they shouldn't be too much trouble. Certainly not as vague as those hobby design ones on that Lamborghini. And in here, I'm not going to open it all up, but we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 frets of P. So we've got the brakes on one, a few other components on there as well. We've got the radiator grills, the rear suspension components, and I'm guessing they're the rivets for holding the bodywork on in there as well. So quite a nice little upgrade set. Not going to complain about that. That's all. And then obviously the fork set. We got the Tamiya front forks, anodized parts for the back. So they're going to look really, really good as well. And then the decals. We'll open this up as well, because you know what, I haven't even opened this up yet myself. Come on, let's see what we get. So in there we have a bit of fancy artwork on a card, an A5 piece of paper with the layout, so basically everything you can see from the outside. So that's it really. So that's my next project. Like I say, we have the Starsky and Hutch Torino on the go as well, so there'll be an update of that soon, but for now this will be the next one, and that's that. So there you go. So there's a review of the Tamiya 1/12 scale Ducati Panigale. Probably saying that totally wrong. It's the 1199, and the aftermarket part I'll be using for my build as well. So there we go, a nice short review of what looks to be a fantastic kit. Hopefully I can do it justice, and we'll see it getting built on the Facebook page, forum and YouTube channel. So there you go. So thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you around and I'll see you soon.